This is Leaguestart. This is the day before Leaguestart. And this was my computer. Okay, maybe not like that, but I was in the process of recording an SRS Guardian leveling guide, and boom. My PC freezes. My monitors turn off. My computer is stuck in a boot loop. Lights are flashing, and I smell burning plastic all of a sudden. I'm starting to panic, but I race to the back, switch off the power, and unplug the cable. Now what? With the help of chat, we were able to figure out that most likely the power supply had failed. But it was late, and no stores were open. And no way was I going to miss Leaguestart. Luckily, I ran a 2-PC setup, and when my main PC had failed, I could try my encoding PC, an ancient toaster that was still running after 13 years. But that didn't go so well. I could only run PoE at 800x600 and was barely scraping 30 FPS. Running both OBS and PoE at the same time was just too much. However, I did have a newer laptop, and I could once again try a 2-PC setup, except that came with its own set of issues. No Ethernet port, so I had to use Wi-Fi to download the game, 1610 resolution, and a ghosting issue that I just couldn't solve. At this point, a couple hours had passed, and I was feeling a bit defeated. I ended the stream, worked on the SRS guide a little bit more, and went to sleep. 4 hours later, I woke up and raced to the local computer shop. Be there as soon as it opened. I attempt a persuasion check, asking the tech if they could figure out what's wrong, cause I needed my PC urgently for work reasons. Success! It worked. They'll check it out and maybe even help fix it. Oh no, it's the manager. Company policy is we cannot move you ahead of other customers. There's a minimum 2-week wait. There's nothing we can do. Okay, I describe the problem once again, and the tech reiterates it's most likely the power supply. So I head over to sales, purchase what I need, and raced home. The patch was already up, which meant the queue was imminent. I quickly ground myself, removed the old power supply, and unplugged all the old cables, replacing them with the new power supply and connections. Now for the moment of truth. I pressed the power button, and nothing happened. Oh yeah, I gotta plug it in. Let's try that again. Success! We're back. I quickly downloaded the patch, and soon I'm sitting in the main menu. The next step was to untangle the chaotic setup I'd created in the previous night's panic, so I start physically moving my PC and monitor setup back to normal. And as I'm doing so, I get a notification that the queue is up, so I dart across the room, leaping over a chair, and spam enter on my keyboard. GG, 9,000 in queue, I'll take it. Finally, a moment to breathe. But the league starts in 1 hour, and now it's time to debrief with the team for the soon-to-come Leaguestart push. And there was also an elephant in the room. I was utterly exhausted, low on sleep, and honestly, I should have communicated better with the team that there was no way I could physically manage to complete the push in one sitting. But I've been in this situation before, and persevered through fatigue many times in the past. Surely I won't make any errors after the 13-hour 57-minute mark. And even if I do, which again I won't, we have a super secret strat. We got this for sure. Time for League launch. Affliction began and the town was literally lava. You would spend 30 seconds staring at this load screen. The sound of goblins just taunting you. What's with the music, by the way? It's such an immersion breaker. But I guess some people enjoyed it. Anyways, we made attack 2, and I was farming Northern Forest for Affliction, and lucky me, the first NPC I find is the Warden. Oath of the Magi, plus 30% movement speed, we're zooming now. But what about Lab? It was interesting. The quality rewards were nice, but we couldn't easily target transfigured gems. Affliction was also a bit overtuned. Every mob felt like this. Oh. Okay, maybe let's just stick to maps. Surely we won't add anything here. Did I really make a mistake and not click the portal? No, it was my team who PK'd me. To rewind a bit, after defeating Act and Katava, we ran a Wandering Path Atlas to progress up the map tiers quickly. And after defeating Eater Exarch and obtaining a few more Atlas points, we ran something like this. 100% adjacent map drop chance to help with Sustain, Ritual, Breach, and Delirium for extra monsters, Exarch influence pack size with Wrath of the Cosmos for XP and currency generation, Beyond for even more XP and currency, and the Hat, to multiply it all and increase the quantity and pack size of every map. A tree like this can get anywhere from 40 to 140 million XP per hour in maps at level 99, depending on how fast you clear it and how many additional mobs you potentially add. However, when clearing maps in 30 to 60 seconds, many glaring downsides appear. First, it can be somewhat difficult to loot and sustain currency when clearing that fast. which then makes it difficult to have a constant stream of scarabs, sextants, deliorbs, and rolled maps readily available. And if you manage to solve the supply chain issue, you still have to organize your inventory and apply them, which takes time. But the biggest problem of them all was actually load screens. We spent nearly as much time loading into maps as we did clearing them. Any sort of XP per hour we could potentially achieve was essentially halved. Which brings me to the next topic, 5 ways. 5 minutes straight of pure XP with no load screens, with potential XP per hour values of 160 million or more, which is insane. So why didn't we do it? Well, it's because I've been living under a rock in my SSF speedruns too long. I wasn't sure there would be enough 5 ways readily available to sustain multiple teams purchasing them, and I also genuinely believed in the do maps fast strat, if load screens weren't an issue. Pairing the strats, I would say do maps fast is an early game strategy, but if you don't snowball the early game fast enough, then the late game powerhouse of 5 ways becomes unstoppable. Which is basically what happened. A 5-way team had passed us, and even a second team was closing the gap. Our odds were looking grim. We were tired, low on currency, and running on Steam. But we had a Hail Mary, Lab. In theory, if we sacrificed the right gem and there was no XP penalty, we could instantaneously reach level 100. First lab, no luck. Second lab, is that true? Oh no, it's true. Apparently, our Hail Mary was shortly hotfixed after league start. Most likely, a couple lucky exiles in standard ran lab, instantly reached 100, and GG was like, wait, that's illegal. Since we were running on fumes and didn't have the resources to match the permanent 5 ways, we decided to conclude our push here. It was really impressive how much XP per hour the other teams achieved in 5 ways. Hopefully they share their strategies, as I would love to learn more, and even if they don't, it would be an interesting challenge to see if we could match it ourselves. But at the conclusion of our push, I'll leave you with this.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Copium.
Copium, he said.
What about the friends we made and the fun we had?
Exactly. Hashtag cat on ready.
My god.